A couple of weeks ago, I actually went to George Brown College and I shared some of my tips about starting our career as a software engineer. Some of them are in information technologies, some of them are like front-end developers, some of them are full-stack developers. We are like kind of group of people from different aspects of people in this kind of industry kind of looking for a job related to coding. And I will just cover a couple of most asked questions. The first most asked question is, should I go for job interviews with my dream company? And of course the answer is yes, just go for it. It actually never hurts your record saying that you have been interviewed at this company for more than one times. To be honest, like for those giant tech companies, they're expecting their future employees to be interviewed more than one times. So it never hurts, always go, and it is really good to practice. Actually, that's the reason why I started this YouTube channel. I was terrible at job interviews, especially technical job interviews. Actually, I was not able to convince people who are interviewing me to believe that I can do what I say I can do. And yes, so totally go for it. When the recruiters reaching out to you, just say yes, I'm ready, let's do a job interview. Don't be afraid. Rejection, it's a normal thing in life. Just facing it as a learning opportunity. The second common question is, which language is the best language to learn? And the thing is, of course, there's things that's coming up all the times. There are new languages, new technologies, and I would say first thing, pick something you're personally really good at, you're really passionate about, or like something you already know, and try to see if you can get any job in this field. If there is a yes, of course go ahead. It's really difficult to be a person who say they can do everything, especially for employer perspective. As a junior, they're expecting the junior only knowing one thing and kind of getting better at one thing. At that event at George Brown, there were some recruiters there. They were telling the students that if you're looking for a job from the same company and you apply the job as a software developer, as a designer, also as a project manager, they're kind of afraid of like interviewing this person because they don't know what this person really wants. And at the same time, from my own experience, I think it's difficult to trace companies. Every companies have different job openings all the times, and you may not fit that job posting. But it is impossible to trace it because this is a floating target. We don't want to like tracing a target that's keep changing all the time. For example, I wanted to be a professor for the longest time. I keep applying to all the colleges in my neighborhood in Toronto, and I didn't hear anything back from it. And kind of years after, I kind of forgot about it, and a couple of months ago, the college I graduated from actually reached out to me, which is exactly what I wanted years ago. Also, it is something actually I do every day today, and it ended up being a perfect match. We need to become more forgiving about the exact career match because the exact job you want at that exact company may not happen at the exact time we want it. So don't trace for a particular job and be a bit more forgiving about opportunities, especially at our first job. Like, we are not having any job, right? It's better to do something than just keep waiting and seeking for that perfect job at that very perfect moment. I think we spoke about recruiter a bit, and I would love to give other tips about how I deal with recruiters. It's one girl, she came to me, she had a couple of years of break as like, you know, for family or illness, we don't know. I did not ask her for more details, and she was being rejected by recruiters because recruiters was like telling her that she had a break, so they cannot really move on with her. But the thing is, the technology industry is really competitive in terms of hiring talents, and if you're really good at what you're doing, don't be discouraged and just keep going for it, keep applying, try to get away from some recruiters because not all the recruiters are directly working with a hiring company, right? So one recruiter, they're working for commission. They want to get this thing quick and fast. Working with a client who like kind of took a break, it may be hard for him to get this deal closed, but it not necessarily mean that you can never get a job. Just don't give up, keep applying, and try to do more networking, get to know the person who actually make a call in the organizations, so you may still have a chance. Don't believe what recruiters say 100%. Another thing is, a lot of times recruiters, they're not necessarily have that job, right? So they're probably just fishing for opportunities. They're looking for other companies' job listing, and somehow they want to find some potential candidates who could match that company's requirements. So he want kind of do a proposal, somehow make a cut off that deal. At that time, he needs to make sure, or she needs to make sure she get it like quick. It has to be really competitive offer, right? Like this recruiter has to really offer a great candidate. Like a person who had a break may not be the best like selling piece, but us as a developer who took a break, which happens to everyone in life, I'm pretty sure it's not anything that's so like outrageous. Just keep trying, and I'm pretty sure if you are talented, you will get that job you want. And of course, we talked like about recruiters. Another thing I learned from a recruiter is when you get that LinkedIn messages, you need to reply. Often I just don't reply because I'm not looking for a job. However, one of the recruiter friends, she told me that if you don't reply to that LinkedIn messages, they can no longer try to reach out to you. There is a limit on LinkedIn. I mean, I like this feature because if somebody is harassing me, like keep bugging me about a job that's not related to things I want to do, like I just don't want to hear about it. But at the same time, if it's some company you're actually interested in, it's in you and the recruiter's best interest for you to reply to that message. This way, if similar opportunities or better opportunities or better fit opportunities coming to you, you can actually get in touch. The recruiter could message you again, right? So it never hurts, right? And another interesting question is, I thought it was very cute. It's, should I reply the message from recruiters as soon as I read it? Is that showing me too desperate? Well, I'm not a recruiter. From the recruiter friends, they were just saying, no, it doesn't matter, because it's like for recruiters, it's their job to get people hired. That's how they're making a living. So they're happy if you need this job. Like they don't really like, yeah, it's not desperate. Just reply. It's totally fine. After that event, there's one conclusion we had is you need to have finished projects. Either it's for yourself or for other people or for another kind of internship. It's really convincing as a junior to have a portfolio contains completely project. It's just like reassurance about your ability to finish something, because there are a lot of students like being trained in engineering, right? They learn a bit about coding, learn about different softwares, but they never really finish something. And when I was working at a large game studio, I thought they only hired like, experienced people. One of my colleagues, he got hired. I was really surprised because he just graduated from university. And I asked him like, what kind of things did you show them? So he pulled out his phone and said, oh, I released this game by myself when I was in university. Obviously, he is passionate about game dev, and he actually spent his time and energy trying to learn how to publish a completely game by himself. That's exactly why he got hired. So first, you need to love what you do. If you really don't like it, maybe change your language or change your career, right? Engineering is not the only job out there. There's so many great industry out there. If you don't love what you do and you hate spend more time learning coding or publish your apps or doing practice at spare time, maybe it's not the right thing for you. But if you're serious about it and really want to get your foot into the door, starting working on projects at your own time. Your homework is not enough because everybody else have the same thing, and most likely they look the same. You want to stand out, you gotta find projects, even work for free, or taking internships, getting a pay cut, or, well, if you never had a job, it's not really a pay cut. Get a lower pay and just get involved, actually work on finished product that's being used by a lot more people. So hopefully this video helps you, And that's actually how I slowly integrate myself into the industry. To sum up everything, just don't be afraid of job interviews. Don't be afraid of rejections. It does not leave you bad records just because you simply did not make it to certain interviews at certain time. And actually, it's kind of make you look good because you really want to work there. And another thing is try to find a field you're really interested in and passionate about in a way that you could keep constantly try to find work to do. So this way you do have completed project to show. If the project is being used by a lot of people, that's even better. It's a lot of not-for-profit and charity companies are looking for developers who can help them launch their apps or their websites. And also, don't believe everything recruiters says. And also, they can be your best friends. Be nice to them and reply to their messages. And see you next time. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Please click the subscribe button. And this will actually help me so much. And also, it's kind of a bookmark for you. You can find me easily. And for me, just by having a bigger subscriber base, I will actually get access to the YouTube studio, which will give me a better space to film my videos and gonna make my production so much easier. Thanks again. Have a good day.